Hello, this is Kirill from forexpo.com, and this is the 11th tutorial in our series of MQL4 tutorials for beginners. And today we're going to talk about the switch operator. Just before we move on, I wanted to say that today's topic is not really essential for you to progress further in the course, and feel free to skip today's tutorial and move on to tutorial number 12. You can always come back and listen about the switch operator when you feel that you need to use it in your code. Alright, so moving on. As you can see here, I've prepared a little bit of code already, and here we're introducing a new variable called today, which is an integer variable, and we're assigning it a value. And now I know that we have not talked about functions yet, and that's definitely a topic that we'll visit further down the track in this course. But we're going to need to use one today, and I'll just give a quick overview of what this specific function does. So this function is called day of week, and this is how we call it or execute it. We type in its name and then just a pair of normal brackets afterwards. And so what it will do is it will look at the chart and will tell us what day of the week it is today. And then for every day of the week, it will return a value, an integer value, which will then be will be substituted here, and it will be assigned to the today variable. And the values that this function can return are as follows: 0 means Sunday, 1 means Monday, 2 means Tuesday, 3 is Wednesday, 4 is Friday, 5 is Saturday, 4 is Thursday, 5 is Friday, 6 is Saturday. So now what we want to do with this today variable, we want to branch out our code and execute certain different operations on different days of the week. So let's imagine, for example, that we have a trading strategy that tells us that we can only buy on Mondays, buy a certain currency pair on Mondays, and that we can only sell that currency pair on Tuesdays. And on any other day of the week, we should not perform any actions at all. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to split our code to do different things on different days of the week. So for that, we'll use a switch operator, and the way to use a switch is type in this keyword, and which is followed by normal brackets, and within these brackets you need to put the expression or variable that you are evaluating, and then the switch is followed by curly brackets, within which you need to put several case statements. So the switch operator has a very unique structure, and it looks as follows. So case 1 colon, and then alert. This is the operation that we want to perform, then break. So here we want to say today is Monday. And then what did we say? We said buy on Mondays. So basically what the switch does, it compares this value that you have, or this variable that you have in the normal brackets. It compares to each of the cases that you have in the body of the switch. And in case, in the condition that this variable equals, or this value equals to this value, so if today equals to 1, then this block of code will be executed. Otherwise, the next case will be checked. Case 2, we want to say alert, today is Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, our strategy tells us to sell. Then we put a break. So basically, if today is a 1, then we'll see this message, and then the switch will stop working because, well, we'll finalize its work because the break operator will tell it to stop. Otherwise, if today is a 2, then we'll see this message, and which will tell us to sell. And then the break operator will tell the switch to stop again. And in the final case of any other day, we need to use the default operator, or the default keyword, and we want to say other day, do not create orders, and then break. So let's compile that and have a quick look at what we see in MetaTrader 4. Scripts, tutorial 11, run, and there we can see today is Monday, buy. And that is correct because today is Monday. So what happened is that today was assigned a value of 1 by this function. Then this value was checked by switch, and it turned out to be equal to this value, which is 1. And therefore we saw this message. So this block of code was executed, and we saw this message, today is Monday, buy, and then break stopped the switch, and the script finished its execution. So that basically switch allows you to branch out your code similarly to how if, else if, and else statements did. There are two main disadvantages of switch, and the first one is that you cannot use any variables of the type double here, for example. So you can only use integer variables or logical expressions, and that kind of limits you from doing things like we did last time with the prices, because prices are actually doubles. And also switch in MQL4 is implemented a bit differently to other programming languages, and meaning that you have to have this break at every at the end of every case statement, because if you don't have this break, what will happen is the switch will continue moving on through your blocks of code. So for example, if I comment that out and I compile that, what you will see is that it says today is Monday and then says today is Tuesday, which is obviously not correct. This is useful in some circumstances, but most of the time you do need to put this break so that every case is separate. It does not get executed with the cases above it. So that's basically it. You might find switch a useful operator, especially if you're working with integers such as day of week. And hopefully that will help you branch out your code even more. And that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. More tutorials and information are available on forex.com. And until next time, happy coding.